Hi guys, let's start the... We had no real ambitions for the classification of this stage. The least that can be said is you didn't... Hi guys, let's start the briefing for this stage. The main thing to grasp today is that the rule... Well done, lads! You rode a very good stage. Finishing in the top 10, even though the stage didn't suit us, is very satisfying. Hi guys, let's start the briefing for this stage. Today's route is hilly and a leg breaker. Perfect for attacking, which should suit the punches.
Roads of the Jura. If the terrain immediately excludes the sprinters from any hope of a stage win, it is not selective enough to be certain that the general classification favourites would go on the offensive. It's up to the baroudeurs to seize their chance. Attempt at a breakaway.
The breakaway threatens the overall standings. He's decided to get his guys to put their foot down.
Tony Martin is one of the best rulers in the world. He has notably been world time trial champion on 4 occasions. His powerful style has earned him the nickname of Panzer.
You've got 1 minute 30 over the peloton. It turned out to be a good move. He doesn't seem to want to let you have more of a lead, and his teammates are pushing hard. It's going to be a game of cat and mouse. He doesn't seem to want to let you have more of a lead, and his teammates are pushing hard. It's going to be a game of cat and mouse. You're the one with the most points for the green jersey in the breakaway. His teammates are already supplying the pace to finish in a sprint. The breakaway is forewarned.
Allez, courage les gars, allez plus vite.
Excellent. You increase your lead on the overall climber standings. His teammates are already supplying the pace to finish in a sprint. The breakaway is forewarned. He seems interested in a stage win. That must be why his teammates are riding hard. I'm going to take a nap. Wake me if something happens.
There will be 5, 3, 2 and 1 point to be taken for the first 5 riders of the next King of the Mountains summit.
Allez les gars.
Your breakaway companions look like they want to up the pace. You're over-revving. Reduce the tempo or you'll pay the price.
Bravo les gars, c'est bien. Allez, allez. Allez les gars, courage. Allez, courage les gars, allez plus vite.
You seem to be the best puncher in the group. You should be able to move to the front. A teammate is beginning to lose touch. Excellent. You increase your lead on the overall climber standings. riding hard behind. This isn't the moment to relax.
The first 15 in the intermediate sprint score points for the green jersey. The first will pocket 20 extra points.
Here's the winner of the intermediate sprint. He's been dropped. The stage is too much for him. Your opponents are upping the pace to hold off the peloton.
Last time checked with a breakaway, 1 minute.
You still have 2 kilometers before you reach the summit. He launched the mountain sprint. The gap is growing. Don't worry. They're not well placed in the overall standings. Here's the positions over the last climb.
He's trying to get out of the peloton. Watch out.
We've got enough of a points lead for the polka dot jersey. There's no way we can lose it today. Keep it up. He has his guys to maintain the tempo. Watch him. He must feel able to win the stage. He's got his teammates riding because in front there's a rider who's dangerous to him in the overall standings. He asks his guys to maintain the tempo. Watch him. He must feel able to win the stage.
The riders are beginning the ascent of the Monte de la Combe de l'Aïsia Les Molunes, a 13-kilometer climb which will be decisive for the stage victory, its summit being located 10 kilometers from the finish.
I'll put in a big acceleration.
Last time checked with the breakaway, 1 minute. He's trying to get out of the peloton. Watch out.
We're provisional leaders. Come on, keep at it. He's asked his teammates to chase you down because you're dangerous for the overall standings. You're going to have to try and hold out. You have 30 seconds on the peloton.
Bravo les gars! Bravo les gars! Allez les gars! Allez les gars! Continuez comme ça!
You have 30 seconds on the peloton.
Allez, plus vite, plus vite!
Allez, allez!
Plus vite, plus vite!
Allez, allez, allez!
Ouais, bravo, allez, allez!
He's being left behind. It's good news for the overall standings.
Allez, plus vite!
Allez, courage, on continue!
Watch out for him. He's attacking behind.
Allez, fonce! Allez, vas-y! Plus vite! Allez, plus vite, plus vite! On est avec toi! Allez, on lâche rien! Plus vite! Allez, allez! On lâche rien!
Allez, dépose-toi,
Ouais, allez! Allez, vas-y! On y va, on y va, on y va!
The first 6 riders at the top will pocket the points towards the polka dot jersey. There will be 10, 8, 6, 4, 2 and 1 point to be gained. Alejandro Valverde needs no introduction. Puncher, climber with multiple stage wins on the Grand Tours and in the Ardennes Classics.
He's got his teammates riding because he's a danger to the overall standings.
First over the King of the Mountain summit does not mean, however, that victory is assured. The road linking the top to the finishing line has several false flats that could cause blow-ups.
He takes the virtual lead of the overall standings. Watch watch out for him. He's the best puncher in the breakaway.
Allez les gars, courage.
Allez les gars, courage.
Allez, continue comme ça.
Allez-y.
Allez
Les gars.
les voilà. Allez les gars, courage. Allez les gars.
Allez, courage les gars.
Courage. On continue.
Allez les gars.
Allez les gars. Allez les gars, courage.
Well done. You took the last climb. It prevents our competitors from stealing too many points.
Only 10 kilometers left for the lead riders.
10 kilometers left. It's definitely on. Don't overdo it and keep an eye on your opponents.
Excellent climber, Rigoberto Urán is in the same vein as those Colombian climbers who have marked the history of cycling.
It's downhill for 2 kilometers. Stick to the wheels in front and try to recover. Everything will be decided in the last 5 kilometers.
He's one of the favourites for the race and the undisputed leader of his team. Watch out for him.
The peloton is 1 minute 30 behind you.
Allez, allez, allez les gars, courage.
Only 3 kilometers left. Victory will come down to a sprint. Last kilometer.
He's got his teammates riding because he's a danger to the overall standings. The green jersey will not change any more today. The leader is ahead by enough points.
He is all smiles as he climbs onto the podium. Applaud him. Here is the winner of the Station des Rouges stage, Alejandro Valverde. He will climb onto the podium to receive his jersey and a kiss from the hostesses. Here's the yellow jersey. He's amongst the leading riders this year. Here's the polka dot jersey of this Tour de France.
Well done, lads. Congratulations to you. I hoped that we'd play a leading role, but from that to win this stage, you have put in a superb performance. Hi guys, let's start the briefing for this stage. It's a day in the mountains. The finish isn't decided at the top of the climb, but the route is challenging. Well done, guys. We're where we should be. We were aiming for a top 5 spot, and you did the job. I'm happy with that. Hi, guys. Let's start the briefing for this stage. The main thing... We had no real ambitions for the classification of this stage. Hi, guys. Let's start the briefing. Well done, lads. You rode a very good stage. Finishing... Hi, guys. Let's start the briefing for this stage. It'll be a very demanding day for everyone. Several mountain...
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. With 220 kilometers on the program and the Col de Monte, Port de Balais et Perreux climbs packed into the last 7 kilometers, this Pyrenean stage is going to hurt more than one rider, be he the winner or just one of those trying to finish inside the time limit. The beginning of the stage is fairly flat. The serious business should begin after the 130th kilometre and the Col de Monte climb.
Allez les gars, courage! Ánimo, ánimo!
He doesn't seem to want to let you have more of a lead, and his teammates are pushing hard. It's going to be a game of cat and mouse. It's looking good. You've got more than a minute's lead on the peloton. He's placing his teammates early on at the head of the peloton. There's no doubt that he's ticked this stage in his objectives.
Tony Martin is one of the best rouleurs in the world. He has notably been world time trial champion on 4 occasions. His powerful style has earned him the nickname of Panzer.
He's a good puncher. You must keep a close eye on him on short climbs. He can ride all day long on the flat. It would be hard to say that he's in his element on short climbs or sprints.
He's the best placed in the overall standings amongst those at the head of the race. He's the highest placed of the climbers in the breakaway.
Labelled as puncher, he does very well in the mountains and has a good turn of speed.
You must constantly try to shelter from the wind so as not to consume energy. This is what allows a rider to edge clear at the end of the race. His teammates are taking things in hand behind the breakaway. You're coming up to the intermediate sprint. Keep your eyes open. Here's the winner of the intermediate sprint. They're riding hard behind. This isn't the moment to relax. The guys with you are upping the tempo. They're going to try to manage the time gap.
There will be 5, 3, 2, and 1 point to be taken for the first 5 riders at the next King of the Mountain summit.
You're 2 kilometers from the summit. Go on, another push. You were first over the top of the climb. That's good. There's not a lot going on. If this was a video game, I'd advance the clock to the last difficulty. His teammates are managing the time gap to allow you no more of a lead, probably with their eye on the overall standings. The tempo is increasing at the head of the race. The breakaway riders will try and manage the time gap.
Allez, on attaque, allez, on brouille. Allez, allez. Vamos, chicos. Allez, les gars. Allez, les gars. Allez, courage, on continue, les gars. Allez, les gars. Allez, les gars, allez.
It doesn't seem to be a good day for him. He's being distanced. climber in the breakaway. You were first over the top of the climb. That's good. The end of the stage is not far off. Stay awake. It will soon start to move in the peloton. His teammates have a handle on things for the overall standings. It will be difficult to increase the gap.
Venga, vamos.
He's the highest placed of the climbers in the breakaway. His teammates have a handle on things for the overall standings. It will be difficult to increase the gap. They're riding hard behind. This isn't the moment to relax. His teammates have a handle on things for the overall standings. It will be difficult to increase the gap. A teammate has just been dropped. You can't count on him any longer. You are 2 kilometers from the summit. Watch your opponents. Keep an eye on him. He's the best climber in the breakaway. Reduce speed a bit, otherwise you'll hit the wall. He goes to the top of the climber standings.
The breakaway increases its lead on the yellow jersey group.
His team is riding for the overall standings. The front of the race will struggle to widen the gap. Collective fall. It may create gaps.
There are only 15 kilometers left for the lead rider. But what kilometers? With the Col de Perzud and the climb to the Peyregoud airfield, it will require strong legs and a strong head to carry the day.
You've got to react straight away, guys. He's taken provisional lead of the overall standings.
The lead rider is 1 minute 30 on the favourites.
He's being left behind. It's good news for the overall standings. He's got his teammates riding because in front there's a rider who's dangerous to him in the overall standings.
Okay, I'll put in a big acceleration.
There's only 5 kilometers from the top of Perzud to the finish in Peyregoud. Almost all uphill. But if a rider goes over the top alone, he will probably have done the hardest part by breaking away and psychologically marking his opponents.
The yellow jersey group is 1 minute from the head of the race.
An attack! We've got to react! He's dangerous! You seem to be running on empty. Lift your foot if you don't want to blow up.
"30 seconds between the breakaway and the yellow jersey.
Venga, chicos, ánimo.
The descent after the summit is only 2 kilometers long. You'll barely have time to recover before the final climb. Don't give it all at the top. You'll have to keep something in reserve to avoid a blow-up. He's got his teammates riding because he's a danger to the overall standings.
Okay, but I won't be very effective because I'm full out.
The front of the race is 2 kilometers from the summit.
The first rider to the top will score 10 more points towards the climber standings.
The gap is 1 minute between the favourites and the guy in the front.
Here's the positions over the last climb. Only 5 kilometers left for the race leaders.
It's the start of the final climb. There are only 3 kilometers left, and one man is alone in the lead. Today's winner will also pocket 5 points for the mountain classification.
Breakaway is 1 kilometer from the finishing line.
Today's result is most unsatisfactory. If things had gone our way, I reckon that we could have got into the top 5. Hi guys, let's start the briefing for this stage. It's a day in the mountains. The finish isn't decided at the top of the climb, but the route is challenging, and it's an important day for the general classification. You will have to be there on the final climb if we are to do well. I'm not too worried. We really messed up this stage. Hi guys, let's start the briefing for this stage. The podium is good, but I was expecting more from you. We should have won. Hi guys, let's start the briefing for this stage. Today's route is hilly and a leg breaker. Perfect for attacking, which should suit the punchers, and an opportunity to lead.